Live. All right. Welcome to, now this should just be called Take Two of the Event Industry Live. Let me get this recording as well.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Welcome to the Event Industry Facebook Live. You know what? What's time? It's Friday. We don't really, we've got calls and virtual places to be, but no traffic and commute. So here we go. All right. We got kicked off, but we're streaming live now. And I'm just going to kind of go back and have you guys introduce each other, yourselves again. Today we're talking about wellness and virtual events, and I'm being joined by two fellow entrepreneurs that have been very successful in building businesses that help clients and their teams or their employees with wellness events, and then also have leaned into the nature of pivoting and everything that we have going on right now to provide services for clients that are still ongoing, and ensure that we kind of mentally and physically can stay sane during this time. So Angela, I'm going to have you introduce yourself and your business and everything you have going on.
Sure. Thank you, Jen. Hi, I'm Angela Minardi. I'm the founder and chief experience officer at Fit City Adventures. We are a corporate lifestyle concierge company here in Southern California, and we help companies connect through team building activities, active and healthy team building activities, which normally include us being on the beach, like the beautiful one behind me at Windansea. But things like volleyball clinics, surf camps, yoga. But today we are focusing on virtual workshops and classes, like things you can do from home to stay connected to your team, cooking classes, meditation, improv classes, on-demand fitness, and other workshops that we'll talk about today.
And yes, and I will link to your guys' website so people have a frame of reference of they don't know how to follow you, or maybe they want to check out some of those classes and some of those specifics, because you guys both do a really good job of outlining what these packages entail and what they can offer, whether it's personally, professionally, for them, or if they're entrepreneurs, have their own company, or maybe they can introduce it to their business and share it with their team. All right, Joannie, what do you got going on?
Hi, Joannie with Two Hands Wellness Events. Our mission is to improve the health and well-being of the community through consistent wellness practice and to promote balanced lifestyle. So that is whether you are in your home office, if you're an individual, if you're traveling to San Diego. Our services mostly include massage, yoga, and because we can't really do that right now because we are mandated to not do that in California, we are really focusing on ergonomics. So ergonomics is basically how you are at your desk to make sure you're properly aligned, to make sure your muscles are supporting your skeleton. And for those people that have these aches, pains, headaches, low back pains at the end of the day, it might be because of the way that you are set up at your home office. It's not like your office, you're kind of doing a makeshift office at your home. Some people don't even have a space. Some people are working from their beds. Like these are things that I don't advise at all. So what I do is I go in and I offer virtual ergonomic assessments to make sure that you're properly aligned so that you're supported to help prevent any kind of pain, because we can't massage you right now. So we want to make sure that we get you taken care of. So you don't need our services right away, even though everyone could probably use a massage. I know I can.
I know it's gonna be like all the services like that, acupuncture, massage.
I could use a haircut too.
Oh my God, I was just gonna say that too. Hair salon. You're just gonna keep calling and calling until you can get an appointment, or I don't know, maybe you already have a wait list right now. But yeah, people are gonna get ready
right now. Yep.
Yes, I would like to be
this morning.
What's that?
Thank you so much for having me this morning.
Oh no, it's so good to see your guys' faces, and wish we were having coffee in person or seeing each other at fellow networking events like we tend to do, but this is the next best thing. And I'm just grateful to have this opportunity to share some insight on some of the things you guys have going on, because I think it could be helpful to fellow planners or event professionals too. I know we're all feeling a lot of the same like pain points physically maybe that you were mentioning, from things going on, but I mean, professionally in your business, what have been some challenges, and how has this affected your business? And you touched upon this a little bit more, but maybe how has this affected how you're serving clients, and what are some new opportunities that you're looking at?
Sure. Who do you want? I'll go first.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure. So we, half of our business is in events, and we had some big conventions coming up. So those were all canceled.
Yeah.
So we had to just quickly readjust to the local market, and we started to, understand and hear that people were working from home. And so we quickly transitioned to Zoom and created workshops online. And started working with clients to create these mini healthy hours, we're calling them. So instead of happy hour, because that gets old after a couple weeks of standing in your Zoom with your wine glass, we took that time to kind of pivot and create something that's unique and different, that the teams can learn something every week. I think the challenge is right now, everyone's home, the whole family's home, and there's no self-care time, there's no me time, there's just another day. And so people are looking for something to look forward to break up their day, and to, do something different as a team. So we offer that. And, we're really conscious with the fact that there are employees and employers that are struggling, right? They're focusing on keeping their employees on staff. And so a lot of what we do too is send out free resources, what's available around San Diego right now. And we do a lot of pro bono events. Our packages are really discounted, and we're doing kind of like a series of events because employees need this, employee engagement, right? People need to stay productive. The mental health is really important right now. So just keeping their brain energized and ready to go throughout the day, with these meditation breaks is really helpful too. So we've really just listened. We've asked a lot of questions, and we've just been kind of pivoting to see like, what do companies want? What are they looking for? What are their budgets? Like, let's be creative. And, just sending out free resources to be helpful right now. I mean, it's hard as a small business. Obviously, we didn't get any funding of any of the loans that were promised. So yeah, we're really just looking to, stay afloat, but we know it'll come back. And just helping companies where we can.
Yeah. And just a little side note on that, the only success that I've had with the loan side of things, and if there's any funding that gets reallocated for small businesses, because I know there was that announcement yesterday that it dried up, and there's many people that follow us that are entrepreneurs like you guys and myself. I applied through Chase, and like cricket, like never heard back from them. And then went through PayPal because someone had mentioned that PayPal was really efficient in how they were managing everything, and I ended up getting success and like approval through PayPal, but like on this skin of my hairy chin because I was like, I got approved, and the day before they said there was no more money left. Right. So I would recommend just even getting in the queue of PayPal if that's something that you guys want to entertain, if the off chance that they come back and they fund it with some more federally mandated money.
Thank you now.
What?
Thank you for that.
Yeah, I read it somewhere. I'll show, where did I see it? There's an attorney that I follow. I'll link to her too. She's got a great podcast. She's here locally in San Diego. I met her at like a feature. It was like a mom, whatever. It was like a business seminar years and years ago. And she's in LA. Anyway, she's an attorney, and she coaches entrepreneurs, and she has like this weekly Facebook Live, and that was one of the things that she had mentioned. And I was like, well, I might as well just try it, because I had applied for the other thing and never heard, and I was like, I could just get rejected for applying twice, so anyhow.
Yeah, that's good. I think QuickBooks does it too. It's like QuickBooks and PayPal.
Yeah, I heard that they've just been able to expedite it. I'm not sure why. I don't really know too much about the baking business or whatever. But totally side tangent. Don't mean to give us off track. But a piece of advice, because I lesson learned, and I was like, oh, thank God. because as doing events too, everything I've got planned, like even some of all my summer stuff is canceled, and I've got a lot of events even in the fall that they're just moving to the spring. So it's looking like that even further as each week passes, like the needle on like what events can happen that are like large scale events just keeps getting pushed.
Yeah.
Angela, just a quick question about some of the things that you mentioned with these Zoom chats and some of these like the cooking classes or meditation stuff. What's the average group size that you guys are serving?
Yeah, well, the good news is there's no group size because with Zoom, right, we have a corporate account. So we can do national. What's cool is that there's local teams here that are sharing with their other teams across the country.
Okay.
So our average size, our teams within the companies here are between 20 and 50 people. We actually did a nice meditation with the Society for Incentive Travel last week or 2 weeks ago. And I think we had about 120 people on. And we bring in sound bowls, so it's kind of a cool immersive experience, which is nice. But yeah, that's the actual benefit and silver lining of Zoom and Instagram. And we have the recording, we can share it out after, so it's cool because then we can just keep reusing it for their employees.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Joannie, how has this impacted your role? And you touched upon this a little bit, like a lot of your stuff is hands-on, and not being able to do that. And you mentioned the ergonomics. What are some ways? I know you have an assessment that you've been promoting too. Maybe you want to talk a little bit more about that, or some other things that your team's working on currently.
Yeah, I really think that right now is the time to be creative. And so, yes, these free 15-minute ergonomic assessments are basically tips and tricks to make sure that you're kind of properly aligned and set up in your home. And that is what we can really kind of focus on right now. I do plan on doing little things like this, bringing in people, bringing in educators, just to kind of give you a little bit more perspective, and like how Angela said, kind of breaking up your day and giving you something to look forward to. My meeting prior to this was super enlightening. It was kind of like art therapy, but to kind of hone into your feelings and have it be okay, but you don't know how to express it. And so she kind of encourages you to do it via art. And I think I would love to have someone like her on board like this to kind of, create these free little mini interviews and things like that, just to kind of share with the community. And I think that is being sheltered from home, not being with people. I've never talked to so many people like this, like even my family. And my best friends I haven't seen in like months because they live in other states. It's kind of, I feel like, yes, that's the silver lining. It's giving you more of an opportunity. But from popular demand of our regular clients, as I'm doing these ergo type of situations and these assessments, they're like, Joannie, can you do like a tutorial for me and my husband? Teach me how to massage him, teach me how to not get tired, teach me all the things. And so that's really going to be up in the works too. It's on my list of a laundry list of things to do, but I feel like that's really important because that's what the community is really asking for, because they can't get it. We can do yoga, we can do stretching, we can meditate. These are all important things to really help ground ourselves at this time. At the end of the day, people want their massages. So if I need to educate their partners how to massage them, then I'm gonna do it. So it's definitely on my list of things to do, and really for everyone that works with us, just kind of be a support system for them. A lot of them are entrepreneurs as well, so kind of be a support system, trying to get them through this. Last week was hard. It rained for 5 days in a row, and you have cabin fever, and you're, how many times can you do a happy hour in a day before you know it, we're alcoholics? So, it's just kind of like regrouping and really grounding yourself again. I think that's super important right now. And yeah.
You should put together like a package that like for partner massages for Mother's Day. So they like
fabulous idea.
So they get like a kit of like oils or lotion or whatever, because it's not like you want to use your like regular lotion for this.
But there are better options. But yes,
Yeah.
good idea.
Yeah, because I mean, I think as mothers, for our spouses, sometimes you have to be very specific. You're like, this is what I want. Can you just
Late.
this right here? I'm just gonna send it to you, and it'll be, I won't even need to be surprised. It'll just be what I need right now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So along those lines, that way, if you're, however you're marketing like the teaching stuff, maybe you can do something by like packaging a little thing.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Thank you.
Yeah. Because all us mothers are gonna just be still inside, probably in a few more weeks too.
Yeah.
You guys have touched upon something that I think is so poignant, and provided plenty of examples. But I really wanted the theme to be a lot about wellness today, because I think it is, it's always important, and I think it's definitely a foundation of your businesses. But I think it also is really trying right now too, where you're like mentally having to kind of shift focus on times. It's not like there's a norm, or a structure, or there's also, for myself, there's just been disappointment, of just like, here's another event canceled, here's another thing that just didn't go through. And I think some days it can feel like, okay, I can do this, like I got this. It's and this is probably just the peaks and valleys of like entrepreneurship. There's days where you're just like, I figured it out and this is amazing. And there's other days you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, like don't know why I'm in charge of anything, because I don't know shit about anything. And there's days I feel like that, but I feel like some right now where everything is just really shifting so much of what we do, that it's and just not being able to like go have the freedom to like go to the beach if we want to, or go have happy hour with our girlfriends in like a normal setting, or just have that space. I think is really challenging. And what you were saying about that art therapy too, I just think that we're going through a lot of really unique emotions, and uncertainty, and that can bring on a lot of anxiety for everybody. And there's got to be ways that you have to find ways to manage that. And I know there's a lot of stuff on there on Facebook, but I think it's great that people are kind of seeking that out through maybe massage stuff, or also through classes and kind of fun entertainment sort of things too. What kind of advice would you guys give to other planners that it's been helpful for you in kind of this transition, whether it's virtual stuff? And you spoke about like asking a lot of questions, but maybe you want to expand upon that, of like ways you work with your clients right now, and things that have been kind of helpful in this transition. Angela, you want to speak to that?
Sure. Yeah, I think it's really taking the time to slow down and plan, and be strategic. And I mean, everything you said is right. Like you wake up one day and you have 20 events cancel. So it's just very shell shock. And what do I do? Why did I start this business? What's going on? But then you hear like, you know what, you're just a piece of this whole puzzle. There are so many companies laying off employees, and, people are struggling. And so I think it's just remembering like the human aspect of this whole thing. We're all going to get through it. I am lucky that I'm surrounded by really cool resources and really great partners that have these awesome workshops and things. And so I've just been trying to share that. And every Friday I send out a Fit City Friday blog. It goes out around noon. So right after this call, I'll be sending it out. And there's just really amazing stuff in there that people can take advantage of. So for example, we have a doctor here who works for the American Stress Institute in San Diego, Dr. Heidi Hanna, and she does a whole meditation around the beach. It's called Beach Brain. And it's really just about how scientifically the waves calm your nervous system, and the sounds. And it's really, really cool, the stuff that you can do in your home around some of this stuff. Even just taking 3 minutes to do some breathing can kind of reset your whole nervous system. So what I'm doing and trying to do is like find these little tips and tricks that people can use to not just with themselves, but with their entire team, and share that, because that's what people need right now, right? It's just some positivity. Laughter helps, a lot of comedy. I read this book every day, A Year of Positive Thinking. So it gives you, like, by day, you can have a daily inspiration quote, and then just keeping a routine, trying to keep a routine, and eat healthy and work out, move your body. So the client piece is, you know, a lot of just reaching out and calling people on the phone, because so many people are getting emails right now. So if you can, you know, do some Zoom calls and send a handwritten note, it will hopefully go a long way.
Yeah, that's a good piece of advice too. Yeah, it's a lot for sure. You know, it's just there's days where you wake up and there's like 20 cancel events, and so you're like, this is a bad day. And then you get over it, and a couple days later, and then you have like another, you're like, no, for sure, like that event's gonna go through. It's like in November, and then they're like, just kidding, it's too big of a gathering, or there's too much liability, and so we're gonna have to rethink this, and it just I think it's the blows that are just keep coming, that are sometimes hard.
Well, I think the positive thing that I've heard yesterday was that Airbnb, and I can't remember the other company, started in like 2008 or 2009 during the crash. And there's been a lot of stories out there where new businesses like start to flourish when there's a down economy, because they're pushing and they'll continue to push. And so I'm just trying to stay positive. Like, I'm the next Airbnb. It's happening.
Yeah, I think the other one was Uber.
Uber must have been, yeah.
That's how 2008, that's when my company started. It was during the recession. And so I just really think that these are ways to be creative, and we can get through this together as a community. I feel like even more part of the community now that all of this is going on, because we're all here to support each other.
Yeah.
And, you know, going back to your question, Jen, about like, what do you do with your clients? I really agree with Angela. Follow up with your clients, see how they're doing. Do more than just an email, a phone call, even a FaceTime. A lot of my clients are now like on my social media because there's nothing else to do. I'm like, follow me on social media. Like, just do it. Let me teach you how to do it, and educating them, and to have my mom know how to do it. I think that is a big improvement. So
my mom got on Facebook too, in the last 2 weeks for the first time.
Yeah, and then I got to FaceTime my mom. I'm like, you see? And so it's, I think it's a great way for the community to come together. And I feel like there are going to be really hard days, but I feel like when you have those hard days, that's when you can grow from the most. You know, so I think this is an opportunity. I'm really hanging on this silver lining here with this.
No, totally. No, absolutely. And I think that's a huge part of it. And there's so much more collaboration and community that are coming together, like locally and nationally, and or even globally too. And I think people are more apt to like share information or resources that maybe they wouldn't have. They would have kind of kept tight. I know for myself, I'm really just trying to immerse myself in anything virtual training. I've had some experience with some clients doing like large scale conferences, and also like getting my feet wet with this Zoom and Facebook Live and all this stuff. But there's so much you can do, and there's a lot of new technologies out there. And I think what was great is I that once, even when we go back to in-person events, I think there's still going to then be a virtual component for quite some time for a myriad of reasons. Companies are not going to be able to send whole teams to huge conferences. I think people are becoming a little bit more comfortable in this style of learning and interaction, and kind of just being more comfortable with like networking in this realm, and doing happy hours and everything else. So I think the virtual component will definitely come.
I agree.
Yeah, so I definitely think there's some great things that are going to come out of this, and new technologies for sure. One of the things I started doing a couple weeks ago is just having maybe just a shout out to a local business that you're working with, or just want to highlight, to kind of speak to the same topic about community and collaboration and everything else together. I think we've got all about like great partners, or even organizations. If there is like a network of organizations or a company that you guys want to give a shout out to or highlight, I'd love to feature them or share that, because I think the more information we're sharing, the better. Yeah. Angela, you want to?
Sure. Yeah. So, well, I'm glad Joanie's on because she's doing some really cool things with ergonomics and as one of our partners. So I'll let her talk about that stuff.
I just have to say, Angela, I love like your vision and what you do, and I'm so excited to be working with you and Jen, who I've known for years. It's such a blessing to like, I can see your motivation, your passion, and your drive, and I'm so excited to be a part of that. So thank you.
Yeah, of course. Of course. So we have great partners, which is awesome. And one of the ones that is really, I'd say going overtime the past few weeks is a woman named Nicole. She owns a company called Farm Fresh Creations, and they do meal delivery. Everything that they put together is plant-based, vegan, organic, and they work with all local farms in San Diego. It's pretty amazing. I did not realize there are over 6,000 farms in San Diego County, and we produce more than 80% of the country's avocados. Fun fact.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So Nicole is great, and she makes these meals and delivers them. She's also giving back, I believe, to the local relief fund for healthcare workers. We run our cooking classes with Nicole. So we have one for Cinco de Mayo. That's a Taco Tuesday class, conveniently on Cinco de Mayo this year. And we also do a farm fresh margarita with it, so different fruits. And then we have a challenge for guacamole, and we give away some gift cards. So it's an awesome event for teams to do in May, and Nicole runs that.
Do people then order through Farm Fresh Creations to like participate, or do they go out and source the stuff to like do the cooking demo with you separately?
Yeah, so for our classes, normally if we have enough lead time, she does a separate menu and she can offer to ship those. But for this class itself, it's really basic. It's just avocados and spices and some fruits and vegetables. So she offers links to getting those delivered, or you can go to your any local grocery store to pick them up. The class is done in each of our kitchens. So you can have your kids involved, and it's an hour class, and there's some trivia and stuff that's involved, but it's really fun. And it's good for that healthy hour time, like at the end of the day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I would not to get on a tangent, but there is I think a number of groups that are also doing some fun like tasting things. I was hearing the other day that Tahona did this and like tequila tasting, where you went and picked up the tequilas. They did like these like separate mini bottles or whatever, and then it was like a Zoom thing, and I guess it was like wildly popular and super fun, and a great way to like not just like drink and like be like, oh hey, hang out, but like actually do something fun like with your kids, like you're mentioning, that's like interactive.
Yeah. JR Organics is one of the farms. I think they have pop-up shops all over the county, and so we can organize to get that stuff picked up, because they do like a set box each week of fresh fruits and veggies.
That's great. I'll link to them too.
Awesome.
Joanie, you got some other folks that we should be following or highlight?
You know, I have to commend you ladies for your, I mean, I don't, however, the companies that I work with, and this is something that I really wanted to work on this year. So I'm just going to follow Angela for the rest of my life and just see who she's working with and be really inspired. The thing that I have been really telling my clients, and especially like my friends that have either been furloughed or let go, and you're at home, I've been really pushing. I got a dog about a year ago. Her name is Luna. And I just I'm telling everyone to foster a dog right now.
Yeah.
Like foster a dog, it will help you. That dog will make you smile. I love my little animal. I put her in my little backpack and we ride our bike to Old Town. Like it's just fun. And I think what you really need to focus on is there's that companionship, right? With the little animal. They'll listen to you, they'll never talk back, and they'll love you unconditionally. And you always have somebody with you. And so I got Luna from Second Chance Dog Rescue. And when I was actually looking for dogs to rescue, I was like, ooh, this dog needs a home. This dog needs a home. And it was a constant thing that I did for probably about 3 or 6 months before I got Luna. And I'm so blessed for that. So I've been a really big fan of foster a dog. My friend actually even put me on a referral list. She's like, so I put your name on the referral list for this fostering company. And I was like, cool, let's do it. Like, yes, go, get two. Like, yeah. So I've been a little bit more like that.
I love it. I love it. I think that it ties back to wellness and mental health too. Animals are such a huge part of that. And before I had kids, we fostered dogs. I wanted to adopt every single one. It was actually my way to convince my husband that we were going to get a dog because he didn't think we should get a dog. And I was like, oh, it's okay. I'm just going to foster. I'm like, not like really going to get a dog. We're just going to foster. And I'm like,
yeah.
Little does he know we're going to want to adopt like all of them. Yeah, no, it was a really good experience. And especially just being stuck at home and having something that you can like get you out of the house and create that routine, and help, just keep you active, every day. A dog is amazing for that. So I'm happy to link Second Chance Dog Rescue. That would be
great. You're amazing. It's actually my second dog from them.
Really?
Yeah.
Our kids are too little right now to get a dog. I have like 2 under 4. So that's
wow. You're busy.
Every time I think about a dog, I'm like, then my inner monologue goes like, are you totally nuts or just like halfway crazy? What level of crazy are you today to even think that you should get a dog? Like that's
well, dogs always have to be let out. It's like children grow up and they get potty trained, but dogs do not.
I adopted Luna when she was 4, so she was potty trained. She knew how to sit. She was like, she's perfect. She goes paddleboarding with me. This dog's amazing.
Oh, that's
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah,
I love it
now, but
one business that I just wanted to highlight, and I've linked to this before, but I think there's a lot of like great catering companies and some of my partners that we work with, and Continental Catering and Snake Oil Cocktail are doing that really cool thing. They did it earlier this week on like Tuesday, and they're doing it again here today. It's the date night package where you can get the meals. I think there's another catering company involved too. So there's a bunch of different options of stuff that you can get prepackaged. They got a florist involved this week.
Oh, wow.
So you can pick up some like cool stuff. So you just go to Snake Oil's new site of Julep. You can order this stuff in advance. Snake Oil's got a link on their website. If you go to their Facebook page, you can order those pre-made cocktails. They have like a beer in a bag. So basically any of your alcohol needs, they got you covered. But they're hosting another one this Friday today on a date night and kind of, fun stuff that you can put together with all those vendors.
Yeah.
Love those guys, all of those different vendors. Miss conversation with vendors and all of those touch points. But this is also really fun too. Any other piece of advice or any final thoughts about like where we're, maybe the future, like what you're hoping for the future of events and wellness as we kind of move through this terrain? Last thoughts on this.
Well, I think that we can be positive and take it as just a time to slow down, right? As event planners, we are go, go, go all the time. So I know this was really hard for the first couple of weeks, but now I'm like, okay, like I can meditate for 3 minutes and I can go for a walk outside. I'm still multitasking and calling people at the same time, but I don't know FOMO, because there's no FOMO anymore. So I think, yeah, the advice is just to take this time, like, don't wish it away, because it will go away, and it'll be soon, it'll be gone. We're looking back like, man, I wish I was still on my couch again. So I'm just trying to enjoy the time. If I have FaceTiming with my family and being with my boyfriend and being outside where I can. And then as things start to ramp up again, it's like, yeah, just, remember your community and staying connected with everyone, because we all still want to help each other out. So
totally. I agree. Yeah. I've been going on walks every morning, and when I was, before this, like, that was just not possible all the time. Like, 3 or 4 days out of the week, I was like, I had to get the kids ready for daycare and to school. And my husband went to work earlier than that. So hours in the morning were spent like getting them all ready and getting into work. And there was and then I was at work, and then I just quickly had to leave and go do it again at like 3:30. And so the day was pretty packed with all that stuff. And now there's not any of that, which is so nice right now. So I'm definitely embracing the rush of get your shoes on, let's go. We're late. We're not late for anything right now.
It's true.
So,
Joannie, how about you?
yeah, so what I want to do is, because everything is this kind of thing can kind of create anxiety and turmoil, and you don't really know it's the unknown right now. So what I want to do and remind you all to like help ground yourself. And everybody needs a routine. Your body works well on a routine, your mind works well on a routine, and your digestive system works well on a routine. So create a new routine. This is our new norm. And when we start to transition back to normal, there's going to be a new norm there. So I feel like if you get a really strong routine and kind of keep to that, you won't go crazy. It kind of helps ground you, and like meditation's wonderful. And that meditation has really helped me kind of get me through my days of anxiety or emotions and things like that, when you have those 20 events cancel and you're just like, oh my God. So I think finding that routine, working your brain, working your body, and getting together with community, whether it be family and friends, and just find that balance. And I really think that's what's important right
I love it.
And get a good desk chair, right?
now. Oh my God, I have no idea. I really want to start the standing desk movement. I don't understand how people can sit.
I'm standing right now. I'm standing.
I know, I can tell because you keep moving, and then I keep moving in my chair, and I'm like, should I move? Because Angela's moving. But movement is so important. You guys have no idea. Like, what we recommend is 40 minutes sitting, 20 minutes standing. You just kind of have to keep moving. And I don't know how many people are out there, but I'm totally looking for sponsors I love my standing desk. I'm working with some people over at Herman Miller, and I really want to help promote things that way, because I'm really picky on who works with me, and I really am picky on who I want to work with as well. And so I want to create these accessories that help you in your workspace and whatnot. And I want to do a little in there. I just started a shop store on my website at twohandsSD.com. And those are my recommendations for your in-home office. You can also get your free 15-minute ergo assessment. If you're looking for something more and in depth, we can talk about that then. But yes, I love it.
I love it. Get your assessment, get your cool office accessories.
Lift your monitors, people. I just did I did a little post today. I was like, if you're on Zoom calls all day and you find yourself looking down, just grab a few books and look up, because that's really going to help support your head and neck, and you won't have that upper back pain. Just a little things. Just little things. Yeah.
I saw that post. It's so smart. And yeah, it's like, who doesn't have books? You have books at your house. So yeah, simple solution. There's stuff that you can do today that could help you, for the rest of the day too. And adopting, I love this, like 40 minutes up or sitting, and then, and do it. I think mentally it can probably help too. I mean, I don't know about you, but like there's so many webinars right now and there's so much stuff and there's so much emails like you were mentioning earlier, Angela, that I'm just trying to keep up with the things I'm trying to do. And then also the education or the engagement side of things and keep everything straight, that I'm like, something shiny over here, and I get distracted from like what I'm doing. So I might keep a little bit more focus with the 40-20, the 40-20 rule for sure.
That alarms, it helps me.
Yeah.
That helps. Walking, taking a walk around your block. That's some days I find myself working all day and I'm like, come on, Luna, and we're walking. I don't even know where we're going. We're just walking. And so I think that mental break it's going to really help promote productivity in what you're doing or what you're trying to do.
I love it. You guys are amazing. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I love the work both of you guys are doing, and excited to work with you soon, whether it's on like an event production element or collaboration or any other opportunity that we can have to like work together. I hope it's very soon. I'll link to your site so people can find out how to get the assessment and buy the accessories, or they should also do your Cinco de Mayo class and make some guacamole and have a good time. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for joining us today. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Thanks, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.